Hello everyone, welcome to today's trip. This is kind of I'm not sure how to describe this one, but we're on I-74 West in Illinois, about 142 miles from Chicago, which is where we're heading. There's some cracks in the road. Okay, so I'm glad you're here. We had a trip from Waco up here to Urbana, Illinois, which is, like I said, about 150 miles out of Chicago. So we get to the place, we get unloaded, get our next dispatch, go to that place, and the load isn't ready. And it's not going to be ready for like 24 hours. We went to a pilot. I made a great dinner, which is probably right here in this video, a semi-gourmet video called horseradish chops. Very good. A lot of great tips in that if you cook on your truck or if you use an Instant Pot. So check that out. So we got a load. It got unassigned to replace the load that we were waiting for. Then our fleet manager says, we're just going to pay you layover to wait. This load was going to Laredo, Texas, and we said, fine, we'll wait. So another load comes in. No, we're going to have you go over here and pick this up and take it to Joplin. Before I could actually hit the button to respond, we get a load unassigned. This happened like 3 or 4 times. So finally, we're heading up to Chicago. And I think this load goes out to California. But I'm not absolutely sure about that part. So far, I know the Chicago part, so that's where we're headed. And it's just me and you together again. As you know, we purchased this property in Oklahoma, and about 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, just before home time, I came up with an idea that I just know in my gut that it's going to work. And it's definitely outside the box, but it's to build a small dome. And Papa Bear and I went back and forth on this, but ultimately, he, as an engineer, agreed that my approach to this was correct. His beef became how much time it would take. I still think it's, the idea isn't complicated, but because I've just never seen it done before, I'm going to have to figure out how to do it. So, yeah, there's some time input there, but once it's figured out, the rest will go fairly quickly. So at the first of the year, Jay and I talked. We talked about our priorities, what we wanted to put as a top priority, and land and house became top priority. We need a house. We need a place. We need a place to relax and chill in. Yesterday, he says, I need to talk to you about something. And I said, okay. And I've noticed that he has been looking at trucks quite heavily on the computer and truck paper, etc., for the past, couple weeks. And he is feeling good. He's feeling better. And all that's great. But yesterday, he told me that he wants to get a truck sooner than later. In fact, try to get it as soon as possible, even while we're trying to get the house together. It has me in a bit of a spin because I had this, our priority laid out. It was discussed. It was agreed upon. And I went after the property, and it happened. I got absolutely everything I asked for and more. It came through, so we purchased it. And now we're having to figure out, it's a little complicated to figure out how to build a house, get a house going, to get a place up there going, while still driving a truck at the pace that we do. In fact, I thought perhaps we'll have to back off the pace a little bit to get the house built, and I'm okay with that. It's about accomplishing something, not just all about money. Money is certainly important, don't get me wrong. It is a component of a balanced plan. But if something has to be shifted so that we have the time to get the house up and going, and it will come together, that I am certain of. But to throw a truck in the middle of this, I'm actually a little bit just not sure about that. Staying with other people, including family. I'm very thankful, very grateful that my family and friends have opened their homes to us. But the reality is, sometimes I don't get to do what it is I want to do when I'm on home time. In fact, most of the time, I don't. I acquiesce to my host. I don't know, that's the way I do it. So having a space that's just a place to relax and chill out, and there are no rules. I think it's a very valuable thing right now for us. So he's a little bit, I think, disappointed that I didn't jump right up and say, okay, let's do it, because I'm not comfortable with that right now. I don't know where this is going to land. We shall see. We shall see. In the meantime, it's quite a beautiful end of the day. It's not quite sunset, but we're in St. Joseph, Champaign County, Illinois. It's 52 degrees. We have 51,546 on the odometer. I actually saw it turn over 50,000 2 days ago. It's very cool. So, I know I'll think of more to say in a little bit, but I'm kind of just letting this stuff, flow out. I'm just talking. It's a little bit hazy, a little bit overcast, but it's comfortable, it's cool. We actually don't have to be to our customer until 4:30 in the morning, but I figured, hey, why not drive this? We'll get up there. I have 127 miles to go, and just get it up there. And then I'll have some time to do some editing, look at your comments, and perhaps that's when I'll have more to say, answer some questions or whatnot. We'll see. I'm Andrea.